Hey guys, it's Heather. Link is my homeboy. Today is Friday, March 1st, 2019. This is Flosstube number 16. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Got a bit of everything to talk about today, so let's get into it. Life updates. Jim hates his new job. It's not really the job he hates so much as it's a drastic change. The position he had before was kind of, management wasn't all that great, and on top of things there. Management changed a lot. It was very kind of loosey-goosey. Lots of people got away with stuff that they weren't supposed to, you know, things like that. At this location, management is... It's basically micromanaging. And I mean, we understand because it's a pretty cushy position for the managers, and if they fail, then they get relocated and things like that. And so, you know, it's understandable, but he's in the process of trying to get a different job. He's going to try and go back to his old position first. And if not, then he's going to try for a couple of other things. So, yeah. So, thanks for any kind of, you know, good juju you put out in the world for it, but he absolutely hates it. So, so there's that. Other life updates. There's supposed to be a Stitch meetup this weekend. There's supposed to be more weather to ruin it again, but I guess we'll see. Next week, I go in for my most recent, or my next tightening and whatever. Not sure what colors I'm going to get. I did pink and green last time. I did green and black this time, so definitely no green. I was thinking maybe blue, but I don't know. Maybe purple. Purple, blue, I don't know. If you have any opinions, let me know in the comments. I managed to go a week without a kid getting sick. That's good. River's currently in the middle of a sleep regression though, so nights have been kind of difficult, but you know, it is how it is. So I've got FFOs, FOs, whips, new starts, plans, shout out, haul, you know, all of the things, and a giveaway. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. So, like I said, I had a goal to FFO at least one thing each month, besides my ATCs, those don't count. So I FFO'd this little hot air balloon that Rachel of Fuzzy Fox Designs released. I think it was for like an anniversary of her shop being open or something like that. I think the freebie is still available on her Facebook, and you can probably find the pattern on her Instagram too if you wanted to stitch it up. But yeah, I just stitched this up on a piece of 14 count light blue Aida, and all I did was lace it around a piece of like cardboard. And then I just stuck the ribbon like up through the holes there. I might cover the back of it with a piece of felt or something, just to make sure the lacing isn't gonna come undone. And I think I actually might need to shorten the hanger there a little bit. It seems a bit long, but not bad for just a quickie little finishing job. So I'm happy with it. I don't know where I'm gonna hang it, but it's nice and cheery, so maybe I'll hang it sometime soon to help with the doldrums of this weather. And then I had two FFOs in the form of ATCs. I'm gonna go ahead and insert pictures. I don't think that, really, I have no idea, honestly. One of them was for Facebook. That's this one here. The theme was kawaii. And I want to say that one's going to... One of them's going to Australia, one of them's going to UK. I believe that one's the one that's going to the UK. And then for Instagram, the theme was either plants or superheroes. And I chose plants, and I stitched up this little thing. And it just came from a pamphlet I have that just has a bunch of different flowers, and so I just picked the one that I thought was prettiest, or at least that called me at that time, because there's actually a stargazer lily on there, and those are my favorites. So, but yeah, just stitched it up. It was that's on some 14 count white plastic canvas. The kawaii one is done on 20 count polka dot Aida. I think they call it petite point when it's like linen or even weave, but I think it's just polka dot Aida. So those are off and on their way to their destinations, and I hope the people that get them like them. Then that's it for FFOs. FOs, I've got a couple, and this one's actually a new start and an FO. It's another. I did another test stitching for Carrie of 8-Bit Stitch, and this is Every Day I'm Rustling. I mean, it's fall, it's leaves, it's punny. It makes me laugh. So, sorry, I don't iron things before I show them in videos. I'm sorry about that. I mean, not really. But this is done on a piece of 14 count beige, cream, sand, whatever you... I don't know, it came in a grab bag that I got off of Bendy Stitchy D-Stash one time. And it seemed perfect for these colors. So... it was a quick stitch. It only took me a few days. I use this for a lot of Magical Stitches stuff. By a lot, I mean, I think I used it for one assignment, but it was last week's assignment, which was like stitch on a piece, and every 200 increments is a point. So, which, by the way, for Magical Stitches, I'm not going to go into exactly what I stitch things for most of the time, unless I can remember off the top of my head, just because most people are already in the group, so they already know what they all are, and it significantly increases the time of my videos. So, sorry, if you want to know what they all are, then go... There's plenty of other people that are going through it. Jessie Marie, Bendy Stitchy, Cassie. I mean, they're all going through it. So if you want to see exactly what the assignments were, then go ahead and check out one of their videos and they'll tell you. And then this is a super exciting finish for me. The Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Sweet as Pie Style. I started this when they first released it in May of 2017, and I just finished it last month. This one spent a lot of its time in, time out, because I had gotten the border pretty much done. I think I was about 75% of the way through it, and then realized that there was a mistake. And I was upset, so I put it in timeout for a couple weeks, and I was like, okay, I'll go back and figure out what the mistake is. Figured it out and had to frog about half of what I had done. And I was so upset. So I frogged it, put it in timeout. It was in timeout for a few months before I pulled it back out. And then I don't remember, I think this just popped up in my, because it's a Sal, but it was also a medium sized. So I think I just pulled it out because it was like, oh, well, that's calling to me. So I think I'm going to go stitch a pie or two. And then I just got obsessed with getting it finished. So yeah. So this is done on a piece of 14 count oatmeal Aida, Charles Craft or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure I got it at Michael's. In the called for DMCs. I did not do the fancy floss, which I'm really, really happy with, because the brown was a week's dye works, I think, and I would have been pissed if I had to frog all that. I probably would have just thrown it in the trash and be like, nope. But yeah, so called for DMC. The only changes I made were I outlined some details on the pies, because some of the lighter elements, like, see how that pie is, this might be Oreo cream or cookies and cream, I can't remember. But like the white and the ecru that are in a lot of the whipped creams and ice creams and stuff on top were getting lost. So I just outlined them, just added a little bit of back stitching so that way they pop on the fabric. And I do have an idea for how to FFO this. I just need to get materials for it. So, but yeah, super exciting. And that was like $17 in credit on Stitch from Stash, so that was good too. Okay, that's it on just FOs. New starts. So, oh no, my needle minders are getting stuck together. Crap. Well, where did you come from? Okay, hold on a second here. Technical difficulties. Oi. See, the problem is I pretty much use 2 or 3 needle minders per project, and then sometimes they get too close together and they get stuck together and they pull the magnets off one another. So let's just, you guys can't be friends right now because you get stuck together. Okay, so new starts. New starts. I showed you last week that I had won the Seize the Day Sal kit from Stitch and Mommy. That's the Sal is run by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I got a start on that. I was not able to finish the first clue, and it's okay. I'm not worried about it. So, but I'm just stitching this as called for because everything came in the kit. So this is 28 count. It's a Zweigert even weave, I think. Pretty sure it's an even weave. Looks even weave to me. It's sand colored, whatever. You know, beachy, so makes sense. But yeah, I got this little sand dune done here. I got most of the little beach hut. There's a few little things that need to be filled in here. I think those are all white. Or maybe, I think these down here are supposed to be this light pink, and then the rest of this is supposed to be white. That's the start of a shovel. That's the start of a little sand pail. The second part has been released now, and this right here, this white, is actually the string of a kite that's up here. So, but yeah. So, I do like the progress I made on it. I don't feel like it, I think that was maybe 2 days worth. I used it for a couple of challenges in Magical Stitches, but I'm not exactly sure which ones. Needle minder came with it as well. These are good needle minders. The magnets on the back are placed in a really good place. They're strong. Sometimes you run into issues with like strong magnets, or like if they're placed weird or whatever, and then it causes problems for your needles. But I haven't had any problems with this one, so. Okay. And then I had another new start here. This is Winter in the Woods. It's a design by Becky Spencer from Just Cross Stitch of February 2018. I like the deer. He's cute. So I originally got the magazine because I was, like, my husband hunted at the time. And I got the magazine because I was going to stitch it for him. And then he made the suggestion that there's a guy that he used to go hunting with that would like it, so I'm gonna make it for him instead. And this is being done on a piece of 28 count white even weave that I got from Michael's or Joann's or something like that. I like it. It's a really tight weave, so it's not really see-through or anything like that. It's really weird stitching on white though. Like, it's really weird stitching on white because I don't stitch on white, but really white was really the only color I wanted to do with this one. Now I am making a couple of changes to the pattern. I'm taking the hearts out, and I'm also replacing some of the open spaces with some morel mushrooms I designed. Because apparently he goes deer hunting, he goes rabbit hunting, which those are both on there, and he also goes morel mushroom hunting. So my husband's gone with him a couple of times. They didn't have any luck, but he's gone with him a couple of times. So I designed a couple little morel mushrooms kind of in that style, and I'll add those in there. So next, Rise and Grind by Hands on Design, because I need to have a coffee pattern going at all times. And I'm doing this in my own color conversion. The words being done in red did not appeal to me, so I changed them to a green. I think it's a Victorian motto. And this is done on a piece of 18 count Vintage Country Mocha Ada. This needle minder is from Vicky Stitch and Button, or QN Vicky. I think it stands for Queen Vicky on Instagram, but Stitch and Button Crafts is her craft Instagram. And then this came from Lauren of RX_X_Stitch on Instagram. She sent me a little care package, which I will get to in a minute. But apparently I randomly mentioned that I like axolotls in my stories one time, and apparently she just filed that information away later, for later when she found a pin, and made me a needle minder out of it. I love axolotls. They're amazing. But yeah, happy with the progress I made on that, and that was, I think, just one day of work. And my last new start, which literally has 2 stitches in it. It is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's Dino Days. I will insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like here. And of course, I'm gonna convert the colors. So, because that's just what I do. I did a live convert with me on Instagram the other day. Here's the fabric I'm doing it on. It's a 14 count Aida opalescent blue and green from Mystic Fabrics. You're not really seeing the colors properly there. I don't know if putting something behind it will help. Nope, not really. But it's like mostly blue up in these areas here, and then you've got the green kind of in here. And like I said, I literally put two stitches in just to get it started. And that's the rest of my color conversion here. So there's like a little yellow dinosaur on there, but I don't want to do the yellows. I'm doing a little bit of yellow in some of the words with this floss here, but there we go. And this is a mix of Most Sale, DMC, Color and Cotton, and Victorian Motto. And I will, of course, let you guys know what the conversion is. It might change during the course of stitching, so I don't really like to share them ahead of time, just because if it doesn't work out, then I don't want people to be like, oh, well, you didn't tell me you changed it, or whatever. So anyway, whips. So I got my Haunted Mansion Sal out. Got a little more work put into the actual frame of the house, so I believe I added this part of the roof up here, filled in the darker purple on this here, and that's it. Again, used for a Magical Stitches challenge, or a couple of them or something, but not sure which ones. This needle minder came from Heather in Perfectly Perfect Stitcher, because there is a witch in this room over here, and because I'm doing punny conversion, which if you're new here, that's a vampirate. He's not charted that way. See his little ghost parrot in the mirror there, and he's got his little rum, and he's got a little earring, and he's got a hook, and he's got a peg leg, and his eye patch. So he's a vampirate, and I'm doing a punny conversion, and over here, the witch is gonna be a basic witch. So she's gonna have pumpkin spice and leggings and Uggs and stuff like that. So Heather was like, well, I found this, and you kind of needed to have it for your conversion. So I was like, okay. And then I've also got this, like, Scrabble tile. I don't remember where I got it. It's not going to focus. But it says Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Potions with Professor Slughorn. So. Not much progress on that, but more than I had on it, so I'm okay. I also got out Cross Stitch Nation by Heartstring Samplery. Again, my own conversion. So I added, I think, 1 or 2 more flowers on the vines or leaves or whatever. I added I Belong, and then I started on this lady down here. And then I also made the decision that the middles of my flowers are going to be square eyelets. So my conversions now have specialty stitches. So who am I? And this is being done on a piece of 32 count Crafty Kitten linen in the colorway Bracken. And this needle minder came from Heather, the Blessed Stitcher. The fabric was gifted to me by Nicola Buckeye Stitcher. It was gifted to her in a box of things, and she wasn't going to use it because the color just didn't work for her. So she sent it to me, and I'm trying the linen, and I don't completely hate it. So that's good. Next, we've got the Fuzzy Fox Designs Pretty Little Produce Cell. This is actually my Finish One challenge piece where I would like to get it done by May the 4th, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I got the little pineapple done. He's so cute. And I started on the lettuce. And this is being done on 20 count Vintage Country Mocha Ada. Because to me it kind of looked like a crumpled like brown paper bag that you get from a grocery store. So. And next up here is Fuzzy Fox Designs Magic Mini Monsters salve. This is her salve that started in January. And I finally got the title done just last night. Haven't started any of the monsters, and there are 5 monsters so far. There was the title, the border, and 1 monster for the first month. Then for January, there were 2 monsters, and then for February, there are 2 monsters. So, but I got the title done. This is being done on a piece of 20 count opalescent gray Ada from Mystic Fabrics. And I'm stitching it in the Called For DMC. Which, there's a couple people that switched it out for, like, switched out the title for, like, really highly variegated, like, Mo's Sale and stuff. And I was going, I only have about 1 million Mo's Sale. Why didn't I think of that? So, kind of upset I didn't do that. But, you know, it's okay. I do have a really cool Unicorn Tails floss for the border. It's called Trolls, and it's like basically just a rainbow. I love it. Love it. And the last whip, which I actually just started working on today, before the new Magical Stitches homework, is Fuzzy Fox Designs Mr. Gobbles the Turkey. So it's in my Q-Snap. I'm not taking it out. But yeah. This needle minder came from my buddy Erin, who lives near me. She's Erin.cross.stitcher on Instagram. But she lives near me, so we meet up. We just met up this last weekend, actually, and had some stitchy time at Starbucks, so. But yeah, Rainbow Bright. Love Rainbow Bright. Okay. A little bit of haul here. It's actually mostly Stitchy Kindness. The only haul that I actually bought, like, you know, bought myself is this needle minder. This is from Agnes Crafts on Etsy and Instagram. It's a clay dragon needle minder, and he's wrapped around a little piece of black onyx. This is Erin. This is Erin's fault. She had one of these when we first met up, and he was so cute, and I just had to get one. He's so sparkly. I love him. He's cute. Or her. I think she actually gives them names. I can't remember what its name is. Erwin, maybe? I'll put it on the screen. Not that it really matters, but I'll put it on the screen. And then yesterday, Lolly of Lollipop Stitches, she sent me a message the other day and was like, "Hey, you've got a little gifty on the way." And I was like, "Okay." And then yesterday this showed up. It's a pin from the Newfound Glory Pinheads Club. If you don't know, I really like pop punk music. My favorite band is Blink-182, and Newfound Glory is probably a pretty close second. And so, but yeah, it's a pin. It's a fairly large pin. I mean, it's a good size, and it's definitely going to be a needle minder. Right now, I've just been sticking it in my I just like attached it to part of my little Stitchy Notions pouch that I carry around, and it's just been sitting there just staring at me since last night. So. All right. Then I also, I want to give away from Carrie of, what's your channel name? House of Floss and Fluff. She's Crafting Paws on Instagram. And she was giving away this little Biscornu pattern. I just thought it was way too cute. And she included a little cupcake needle minder with it. Very cute. And then this adorable little card, which is going to become a floss card. So, because that little fox is just adorable. So thank you again, Carrie. And I'm thinking this might be my small for StitchCon. I haven't decided yet. I should probably get going on that. I mean, it's only like, what? We've got like 4 months left, so I should probably get going on making that. but it's cute, and it looks like, I mean, the bottom's not too intricate. The top isn't too intricate either. I mean, but yeah, so very cute. It's got donuts, cake, chocolate, and cookie on it. And then my dear friend Lauren, she spoiled me. Like I said, she had contacted me and said that she found the perfect pin to make me a needle minder. And she wanted to know if I wanted it to be a surprise. I was like, up to you. Up to you. I was like, you're sweet. Up to you. And then she, you know, I'm just expecting the needle minder, and she sends me an entire package of goodies. First of all, let's admire the card that she sent me. It looks like embroidery, and I love it. And it's going to be a floss card at some point too. I may actually laminate this one so that I can reuse it. For the most part, I hadn't been reusing them. I just write, like I write all the information on there. But I think for that one, I might reuse it. I'll laminate it, and then that way I can like put stickers on there or tape my floss information on there. She also included a skein of Gentle Art Morning Glory, which is a nice like light to medium blue variegated. Very pretty. She included a tacky bob, which I haven't done any beading yet, so I haven't actually used it. Like, I opened it, but this is a very cool little gadget. And if I do some beading at some point, sometime soon, then it's gonna come quite in handy. She's also the one who sent me the 18 count vintage country mocha that I used on my hands-on design Rise and Grind. This little axolotl like cord keeper thing. You slide your cord for your phone in there. It's so cute. I keep it on the charger that sits in the living room here. It sits like right here next to me on the couch. So he sits on there. And then she included this awesome Pokemon fabric. It's got the Gen 1 starters on it. And Pikachu and Squirtle and Charmander and Useless Lettuce, also known as Bulbasaur. Can you tell I don't like Bulbasaur? But yeah. So I have a plan for this. Hopefully it'll be my FFO. Hopefully it'll be part of my FFO for March. We'll see though. We'll see. Okay, so now I am waiting on, and it's supposed to be delivered today, but I think the mail's running late today. I do have a package on the way from Mo's Sale. She did like a mystery package. We got a pattern from Connie G Designs. I'll link it below, of course. And we already received that because that was just a PDF. And Connie sent those to us already. And I looked at it. It's awesome. And then we're supposed to get like fabric floss. I believe I showed I got one of her Christmas packages. And I was really pleased with that. I haven't started the pattern or anything like that, but I was really pleased with that. And then I think it's going to be the same thing, like where we get like fabric and floss and a needle minder maybe, and maybe some other notions. It's supposed to be delivered today. If it gets delivered before I get this uploaded, then I may just film a little like quickie unboxing video and just attach it to the end, which I'll put a note on the screen here if you need to wait on that. Okay, got a few shout outs here. So, first, where have I been? Off the Grid Needlearts. Where have I been? Her voice is so soothing. She is a very nice, calming presence. So, I'm looking forward to continue watching those now. Cross Stitch Inci. She's on Instagram, and then her and her daughter recently started a Flosstube. I can't remember where she is, but she speaks pretty good English, so give her a shout out, or go check her out. They've only got like 3 videos, I think, and they're pretty short, but they do a bunch of cute things. So Lynsey, Lynsey, at the Elvin Stitchery. She's in England, I believe, and she's a very prolific stitcher. She's got a lot of big stuff that she stitched, heids, and just really large pieces. And she's got a lot of them finished and framed and things like that. So she actually FFOs her pieces. But yeah, go give her a look. And then ARRMADDA, ARRMADDA. And of course, these will all be linked below. She's the Mira god. We've been calling her the Mira god because she's doing Miras in like a week. Like, and I'm not talking like the Pixies and things like that. I'm talking like, I think Mediterranean Mermaid, 7 days. Zelda, 2 weeks. Zelda just came out towards the end of last year, but she got her done in 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay. So go check her out. Her first video was like a Know Your Needle Worker tag and a little bit of information about herself. And then she did a video of all of her FO'd pieces. And that's when she started talking about how she did Miras in 7 days. And I'm like, you're nuts. You are just like, but nuts in a good way. Like, oh my God, that is so impressive. And, but yeah, just go check her out. Please go check her out. Okay. Plans. Magical stitches. Yeah, magical stitches. That's kind of the plans. But also rotation. So I went over this a little bit last time, I believe, where I'm doing a 10-10, basically 10-10-10 rotation. First 10 days of the month are going to be smalls. Next 10 days of the month are going to be mediums. Last 10 days, or 11 in the case of like any month with 31 in it. Last 10 days are going to be BAPs and SALs, and I'm not designating a week for FFOs in there anymore, but I will make sure that I get an FFO done in the month. And then I'm not designating any time for new starts, but that's okay because I'll just say that I can stitch, I can do a new start as long as I have room in my rotation. Or not rotation, my whip list. Like I said, I'm limiting my whips to 20, not counting things like gifts and test stitches and ATCs and travel projects. But if I have room, then I can start it. If it's not during the week that pattern fits, so like if towards the end of the month I start a small, I am allowed to work on it just enough to get it started and then put it away. And then with magical stitches, because I'm messing with my rotation a little more here and it might be a little harder, and especially with like the assignment they did for the first 3 days of this month, we had to post a list of our whips, and then today when they released the homework, it could have been, now for me it worked out. Like the way it got picked off that list was it ended up with a small. And this is my smalls week, so that worked out. But if it hadn't, I'm going to give myself leeway and say, well, if, you know, let's say it had picked a BAP, then I would go and work on it for as many stitches as it says, and then put it away immediately instead of like maybe continuing to work on it. So I'm going to give myself a little leeway and say that that's not really cheating on my rotation. Just so that I can keep up with magical stitches and getting the points and finishing homework and things like that. So yeah, those are the plans. Those are the plans. Okay, giveaway. So I tore apart my Just Cross Stitch Halloween special edition thing, and there's some patterns that I will not stitch, so I would like to give some of them away. I did a post on Instagram a few weeks back and gave away some stuff, but some stuff didn't get claimed. I did post all of it, things like that. So this week I'm going to give away Spooky Garden. And this is by Franny Ritter of Franny Ritter Designs. Nope, just kidding. Shannon Grierson of Bobbin and Fred. What's the stitch count on this? 237 high by 178 wide, so it's kind of a big one. But the background is not like filled in. You just stitch it on, like a gray or a bluish fabric. What did they stitch on? They stitched it on 28 count cornflower hand-dyed Jobelin from Witchelt. So, but I thought maybe with spring coming up, we could do like a garden. It's a spooky garden. It's got bats and stuff, but you know. And then it also comes with a bonus, just because it was attached, these Halloween wine charms. That's the one that's by Franny Ritter Designs. I wasn't paying attention when I started reading that, so, you know. So yeah, if you want to enter to win this, be 18, don't say giveaway, be a subscriber, like the video. I'm going to try fold this and put it in an envelope, so if you don't want to fold it, if you don't like them torn out of magazines, you know, the usual rules and regulations. If you would like to be entered to win this, what's your favorite flower? Tell me what your favorite flower is. My favorite flower is a Stargazer lily. I had those in my bouquet as my for my wedding, but I like roses too, especially if they're orange or yellow roses. I love orange and yellow roses. But yeah, Stargazer lilies are my favorite. So tell me what your favorite are. And if you don't like flowers, then just tell me you don't like flowers. Basically, if the word flower is in your comment, I'll assume that you want to stitch it. So, okay, that's it. This video is longer than I thought it was going to be, but it's okay. Maybe next time it'll be shorter. All right, you guys, have a great day. Happy stitching. Hey guys, it's Heather. So about the time that I got done editing, and right before I was getting ready to upload, the mail ran and my Moe's Sale mystery package showed up. So I wanted to show you what it included. First, I'll go ahead and insert a picture here of what the design is that we will be stitching. I opted to do 28 count even weave. And it looks like it's just a piece of like white or cream. White cream color, off-white, dirty white, antique white, whatever. And that's the color of floss for it. Very, very pretty. Blues and greens. This looks like it would fit in with the Moana line that she did. It's very bright green and like a bright turquoisey color. So that will really pop on that fabric. And then there are some beads and a treasure, which pardon me throwing stuff. It's like a star kind of shape, and then it's got gold tips. So yeah, I am happy with this. So I don't know how often she's doing them. I did her Christmas package last year, and I haven't done anything with it, but I got it. And then this is the second one I've done, and it's always a really good deal. So if you want to possibly sign up for those, then you'll need to join her Facebook group. I will link it down below. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.